This is so brilliant. I did that part myself.
Implement rigorously is the sort of 5-step process.
He said what the trend is we add things in case. All right, I'm excited to share another room that we just finished here. This we're calling the brick room. And what you see on the screen here, this is the inspiration. There's a home in Riverton, Utah that I used to rent as an Airbnb. It's a historic schoolhouse. Well, I loved filming there. My clients loved it. So that's what I tried to recreate here. Now the footage I've got is kind of sparse, but here's a shot where I took where we were just building the frames. I was testing out the paint. So all I did is just make some fake pillars out of 2x4s and 2x6s and just attached them firmly to the wall and then painted them. We put up some crown molding, we put up this brick wallpaper, and I put in those shelves. So these shelves I'm pretty impressed with. I did that part myself. I drilled pocket holes in there. I just stained those 2x6s with regular stain. And here's a few examples of ways that we filmed in this room. Okay, now I want to show you a failed attempt. The lighting's going to be bad as I make my way into this room. This room we call the sound foam room. I don't even know you can see that. We got sound foam on the walls over there. We put lots of color and it's fun. But this wall was such a failure. I've got this tree forest wallpaper, right? But we get such a glare and a reflection and it doesn't look real. It doesn't, even when you have better lighting on me, it doesn't turn out well. So we're probably going to take that wallpaper down. I want to show you one more example of wallpaper that we did that looks really good though. Okay, so upstairs, see this brick stuff behind me? This was here when we bought the house. It's pretty cool. But what I wanted to do is make it more likely that my team would film up here. So this wall behind me and these Edison lights, we put in some brick wallpaper. That was a success. My team always films up here. If you know me well at all, you know that I am a big fan of Elon Musk. And I love Tesla, I own a Tesla. I'm a big fan of SpaceX. I watch just about every rocket launch. I say just about because they launch all the time now. But recently, a YouTuber named Everyday Astronaut was able to go to Starbase where they're building the big old starship and spend a couple hours with Elon Musk asking him questions and getting a tour. Really cool. I recommend you check it out if you're a fan like I am. During the first episode, Elon Musk dropped some bombshells of wisdom. He shared a 5-step process.
Implement rigorously is the sort of 5-step process.
I took notes on my phone. I went back and watched it and took notes. This is so brilliant. So he's got a 5-step process. And I want to tell you, like number 5 is automate. Step number 5. The last step is to automate. He's like, no, you've got to do all these other steps first before you automate, or it just ruins the whole process. You're going in the wrong direction. You're automating the wrong things. So let me go back to step number 1. Step number 1, he says, make your requirements less dumb. You have to think about that for a minute. Like, where do these requirements come from? Why do we do this? Why is that the rule? Why is that the norm? Why are we doing it this way?
They'll work on optimizing the thing that should simply not exist.
Example he gave is the grid fins on the Falcon 9s. They when they're ready to enter the atmosphere, the grid fins fold out. So they have this folding mechanism. And on their big, huge rocket that they're making now, they decide, you know what? We don't need them to fold out. They don't need to retract. It's a lot of extra work. It's a lot of extra weight, and we don't need it. We can just have them fixed in place. So I wrote down that you've got to ask, why is this a requirement? Assume that the requirement is dumb and try and prove why it's a smart requirement or why it really is required, and know where did that requirement come from. Got the new kayak inflated, so we're gonna take it out for a spin tomorrow. It's a very cool, brisk morning, so we got our coats on. We're gonna try out the inflatable kayak for the very first time. step number 2 that I really love, he said, try really hard to delete the step or the process. And he says if you're not occasionally adding things back in that you deleted, then you're not deleting things enough.
Basically, if you're not adding things back in 10% of the time, you're clearly not deleting enough.
He said what the trend is we add things in case we might need it. Oh, well, let's add this feature, let's add this part, let's create this system just in case this thing happens or we need it for this reason. But if you're planning for just in case scenarios, there's millions of them. You're going to add all this stuff that you don't need.
The bias tends to be very strongly towards let's add this part or process step in case we need it. But you can basically make in case arguments for so many things.
Now, they're obviously trying to build a rocket. They're trying to achieve something that's never been done, a fully reusable rocket that has the capability of going to Mars and back. Right, so it's never been done, and it's a really, really hard science, and so that's why these rules are so strict. But as I look at my business and I think about, okay, we're switching over to a new project management system, we're creating a new client portal, we're optimizing the way that we do our keyword research and give titles to our clients and everything. And I'm thinking like, man, this is a great system. These are great steps to take my business through. And I'm thinking, what steps can I delete? Instead of taking a step and trying to automate it, step 2 here says, what if I just delete that step? I'm out on another adventure today, this time on my mountain bike, and I'm at the crossroads here. Just came from that way. This is my halfway point. Didn't really feel like doing a lot of filming on the trail, so this is all you get. But started at Summit Trailhead. I'm up American Fork Canyon. It's about a 6.5 mile loop. Some pretty intense uphill, some rocky downhill, but beautiful scenery. Love it here.
We want to remember to keep the intro short, and the hooks are going to be longer. The intro is going to come before your video stinger, so we only want, maybe 15 or 20 seconds in the intro, and then the content hooks is where you'll kind of dive in. Like, these are the 3 things that I'm going to be talking about. These are the things that we coach in our company, yada yada. So for the hooks, they can almost take after, like,
redo it.
But no, that was fine. That was good. We'll take that intro.
So after you've made requirements less dumb, and then you've tried to delete that step, now you can optimize. And let's see here, it's simplify or optimize. He said we tend to optimize things that should not exist. And then he shared an analogy from school. He said that we're trained to answer the question, even if the question is dumb. So answering questions that are dumb is like optimizing something that we shouldn't even have. So we need to go back and delete first. Then when we know that we do need that, then we try to optimize it or improve it. Oh, and the word that he used is simplify. Like, what can we do to simplify it? Okay, step number 4, that's when we accelerate cycle time or see if we can speed things up.
If you're moving too slowly, go faster. But don't go faster until you have worked on the other 3 things first.
Step 5 is automate. I skipped ahead on that one. So we don't want to automate or speed things up if we're doing the wrong things, right? We try and make things faster or more efficient or automated, get all these computers or robots or outsource staff to do tasks that really aren't essential. So I love that. I want to study that more and more. I want to take that more internal with my business and make my business more like Elon Musk is building Starship. I have another adventure to share with you. It's been a couple days since my last bike ride. I'm here at the Valley Vista trails. These have become one of my favorites. They're easy to access. It can be a little bit dusty, but the trails are really fun. You can climb up, bike down, climb up again, bike down, and I mean, it's miles and miles and miles of trails, but it's a lot of fun. Highly recommend them.